Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. Thank you so much for showing up to watch another round today with us. Though like and subscribe down there if you're liking this content. You know we love you company. So here we are back at Bear Dance in Larkspur, Colorado, home of the Colorado chapter of the PGA. Just a gorgeous track out here. Gotta love it. And especially this time of year, with all of the reds and the greens, in late October when the leaves are changing. Oh, just gorgeous. Beautiful shot of the clubhouse there. So this 10th hole here, of course, we're playing the combo tees, Jeremy and I doing a little scramble if you didn't watch the front nine. But this hole has us on the white tees. So that makes it a 370-yard par 4. So pretty stock standard here. And the shape of the hole, little bit of a slight dog leg left. So, yep, obviously high draw preferred, but trees are low enough off to the left side to hit a high fade if a fade is the shot that you got. And you'll be just fine. Just make sure you take that left line, obviously. No water trouble or anything to worry about, but it does narrow up as you get down the hole, so be cognizant of that. We're both taking the big old driver to try to knock it up down this fairway. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are at the 11th hole. It's got us on the blues for this hole for a 463-yard par 4. So, yep, pretty long as par 4s go, but yeah, easily playable. You've got plenty of room to hit driver out there, so that's definitely what I'd recommend. Just bust one. Now, if you're going to hit a really big shot, you can go over that trap to the left and shave a whole lot of distance off this hole. But if you end up going straight into that tree in the middle, that's fine, so long as it's not in your way. You'll just have a longer shot on the green from there. So no worries, no water to worry about, couple of traps. All you got to do is bust one, keep it in play. Let's give it a rip, see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, here we are heading to the 12th hole. Little par 3 hill here, downhill 173 yards, so probably playing more like 165. Couple of traps up front, one left and one right, and then one lone trap in the back. So, yep, lots of sand to worry about. But honestly, it's really trying to save you in case you do miss short, just barely short, or just barely long. So, the green, though, does slope pretty drastically from back to front. So if I was you, I would err on the side of missing short if you're going to miss. So yeah, I'd take a weaker club, step on it. That's the strategy for this hole. You can miss further right than you can miss left. But yeah, either direction, you really don't want to be chipping from. You're going to be chipping onto a very strange green from any position there. So really try to stick one here. I'm taking the gap wedge at it, hitting about 150 yard shot as the pin placement over to the right kind of demands that. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the 13th hole. The first par 5 for this back 9, and it's got us on the white tees, so only 439 yards. So shorter than number 11, which was a par 4, ironically. But hard early dogleg to the right, so that's what kind of makes this hole challenging. And those trees there, or that kind of dead-looking tree off to the right, kind of blocks you from taking the straight line over the right. So yeah, you've got that. But this hole here, I mean, if you can hit a high fade, that's great. You can take a mid-iron, long iron, try to shave off some yards. And after the turn here, you're going to have most of your bunker trouble on the left. So, yep, try to keep it tight to that right corner. Let's give it a rip, see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the 14th hole. 420-yard par 4, hard dogleg left. So, yeah, you can easily drive through this fairway and end up in the trees long. So, I never like to take driver here, and if you are going to take driver and really pound one, then you kind of got to aim over the trees to the left. And even if you do hit a really good shot, you're going to be wondering where your ball landed, trying to shoot a back azimuth, if you know what that means. If you don't know, Google it, look it up, in order to figure out where your ball actually went. So I don't know. I think all of that is a losing battle personally. So I like taking a long iron off this tee box here and trying to maybe cut that corner a little bit or just pop one out there straight. But anyway, that's my recommendation for the strategy. Obviously, you got a bunker way up there to the right. If you're in there, pretty much all you got is, saved from hitting it out of bounds, but not a good place to be. You definitely want to keep it left here as best you can. Once you get up to the green, your only bunker trouble is going to be on the left, a couple of bunkers over there. So, yeah, that second shot, I mean, trapping it in might put you in the bunker, fading it might put you off to the right, and there's not a lot of room to miss this green to the right. So, let's give it a rip, 4-iron in hand for me, and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading to the 15th hole. The last hole that we're going to be on the whites for this back nine, 368-yard par 4. So, pretty hard dog leg right, but as you can see on the little pillar there that we just passed off to the right, it doesn't really dog as hard as you might feel like it should to the right here. So, yeah, as we walk up to the deep box, you're going to see kind of two twin trees off to the right there, and then one slightly taller than those twin trees a little bit further to the right. If you're going to take that right line and pound it, I recommend hitting it right in between those, kind of right over the shortest tree off to the right skyline there. After you do that, there's really not much to worry about next to the green. All you got to do is hit a good wedge up there. Or, I mean, too easy to just hit like a mid-iron out there into the fairway straight ahead and then have yourself like a 150 to 200 yard shot on the green. No worries. So I'm taking the 2-iron, Jeremy the driver. We're both going to fly the right side and go for it, especially as we're fighting the daylight right now. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the 16th hole. So, a couple of fun facts about this hole, actually. First of all, this right here, this is my favorite hole in the state of Colorado so far. I don't know what it is. I'm just in love with this hole. If I can ever buy the house behind this green, yeah, if I can ever afford it, and if the guy ever puts it up for sale and the stars align, oh, I'm buying it. That's where I'm going to live like the rest of my life. Second fun fact, because it's my favorite hole, my mother actually painted a painting of this hole for me that sits right there on one of my bookcases in my living room. So I just love it. But anyway, so this hole here from the Blue Tees, 393-yard par 4, pretty much straight downhill. The only trouble you have off the tee box there is to the right, couple of bunkers early, and then the lake long. That's right before the green. So yeah, for the safe shot, no matter what it is you're playing, you're going to want to keep it to the left, and that will give you a better angle on the green anyway. Yeah. Besides that, the green's pretty flat, sort of back to front. So, yeah, but you're not going to have a whole lot of reprieve. But the guy who does own that house back there has actually put up a giant net just to protect his house from balls. So, if you do happen to accidentally skull one over that green, you're probably just going to hit his net and then bounce down, and you'll be able to find that ball. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I always like the 4-iron play here. And oddly enough, I have actually kind of accidentally crushed a 4-iron on this hole and driven the green with it. So yeah, plenty of club in my opinion. So and that's typically about my 240 to 250 club, the 4-iron is. So anyway, let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this gorgeous par 4. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the 17th hole. This is just a really gorgeous little baby par 3. So you've got like this waterfall that kind of cuts the hole diagonally in half from right, like high right to low left, right next to you there. And no real bunkers to worry about, but you got plenty of rocks to send your ball doing things that will be unpredictable. A little bit of force clearance up front with the collection pool from said waterfall. So you can't tell because this camera is pretty good at collecting as much light as possible, but we could barely see our ball on the ground at this point. So we just decided, all right, yeah, we're just going to play forward here. So while the hole plays out to 120 for the tee box that we should have been on, we actually played it from all the way up front at 96, since basically for us, it was pretty dark, pretty pitch black. So anyway, and a long string bean of a green at that. So the pin's up front, but the pin was actually not in the ground because the greenskeepers had already taken it out. So we had no idea where the hole was. We were just hitting it up there, trying to stab that green so we could have a shot at it. So, yep, 58 in hand. Let's give it a rip, see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, here we are on the 18th hole and the final par 5 for this round as well. 594-yard par 4 from the blue tees, but of course, again, as you can kind of tell now, just how dark it was. Yeah, we pushed this one all the way up to the front as well, only playing it at 486. But we're about to do it with 9-iron, pitching wedge, and then I won't tell you what happens for the rest of it. You can watch it. But so we're doing it basically all with short clubs because we can't see the ball at all. But we wanted to play out anyway and finish the round. So yeah, here we are. All of the bunker trouble on this hole, set aside for one bunker, is on the right side. So, and it's a dog leg left, so you want to keep it left anyway. Hitting a pretty hard draw, whether you hit it high, low stinger, whatever you like, is going to be preferred here. Just, yeah, make sure you keep that left. If a fade's all you got, play it over that left tree line and fade it back in, and that will be just fine. So, not a whole lot to worry about, though, other than the tree line. Just grip it and rip it, keep it in play. Let's give it a shot and see what we can do. kidding. Jeremy greened it in the dark. I came up just a little short.
Ready?
Yeah. You're gonna get wet. Oh, fucker. That sucked. Okay. I got wet. Let me see if I can get it.
It's coming.
Alright. We're calling that par in the dark. We're getting held, freaking nailed by the sprinklers. We're calling that a par in the dark. Yep. We went 9-iron, pitching wedge, putt. That is solid. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Taylor, how are you ducking on?